Hey, good morning. Morning. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being here. Hello, hello. Good morning. Good morning. We're just going to do a few hot topics, trending topics this morning, getting to what's trending in the news. Thanks for being here. Hello, everyone. Hello. Hello, hello. Okay, there we go. Come on in, like the video. As you guys come in, I will do my disclaimer.
Not one of them asked for a country bumpkin black dude that can't talk good over
I'll do
camera
the.
and look like Mr. Potato Head. There ain't none.
Wait a
You got
minute.
to have range. I
And
played a lot of
it's
characters
stuck.
for 60
Like the videos y'all come in. The thing is stuck. Hold on. It's so funny, Cat Williams. That's probably the last video I was watching. Like the videos y'all come in. Thanks for being here. Good morning. Good morning. I'm gonna go ahead, get into my disclaimer. Thanks for tuning into Let's Talk About It Media 21. We talk hot topics, trending topics, what's going on in the news. We're just gonna do some rapid hot topics again today. Uh, You know, sometimes that's how I do it. Okay, so let's see. All all comments are allegedly copyright disclaimer. Hold on. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarships and research. Fair use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. All comments are alleged in our opinion and for entertainment purposes only. Thanks for being here, everyone. I'm gonna go ahead and play this clip, and I'll take care of things on the rest of this side.
In the last 2 days, Director Kaj Patel has fired a total of 12 employees, both agents and support staff. It comes as he reveals that he has found, he said, FBI employees involved in collecting his phone data and the phone data of campaign manager Susie Wiles, who is now Trump's chief of staff. These kinds of phone records are routinely collected by the FBI. And what we can't verify is whether or not these toll records were collected in the case of Patel and Wiles. But Patel says they were collected during investigations of Donald Trump, either for his collection and withholding of classified records at his home in Mar-a-Lago, or the investigation into his efforts to overturn the 2020 election results. It's very standard for the FBI to collect these kind of phone toll records. And the reason is that when the FBI is doing an investigation, they often want to know who's calling who. Are these calls being made? How do they verify and confirm other people's accounts of events? Director Patel says these investigations were politically weaponized, efforts to harm Donald Trump, and that they were something that the FBI under President Biden was trying to hide. And he says now he's outing this impropriety. These terminations are really roiling the FBI. The squad that was under attack in these firings has been involved in fighting foreign spying. So if this team is being ripped apart, FBI officials tell us they're really worried about what's going to come next. The FBI Agents Association, which represents agents' rights, has condemned these firings as illegal and unjustified. And I think we're going to see a lot of these individuals sue the FBI and Patel for their firings. And many sources we speak to expect that a lot of these people are going to get their jobs back, and it's going to cost taxpayers a lot of money to compensate them for what's happened to them here. In the last 2 days, Director Kash Patel has fired a total of 12 employees, both agents and support staff. It comes as he reveals that he has found, he said, FBI employees involved in collecting his phone data and the phone data of campaign manager Susie Wiles, who is now Trump's chief of staff. These kinds of phone records are routinely collected by the FBI, and what we can't verify is whether or not these toll records were collected in the case of Patel and Wiles, but Patel says they were collected during investigations of Donald Trump, either for his collection and withholding of classified records at his home in Mar-a-Lago, or the investigation into his efforts to overturn the 2020 election results. It's very standard for the FBI to collect these kind of phone toll records. And the reason is that when the FBI is doing an investigation, they often want to know who's calling who, when are these calls being made, how do they verify and confirm other people's accounts of events. Director Patel says these investigations were politically weaponized, efforts to harm Donald Trump, and that they were something that the FBI under President Biden was trying to hide. And he says now he's outing this impropriety. These terminations are really roiling the FBI. The squad that was under attack in these firings has been involved in fighting foreign spying. So if this team is being ripped apart, FBI officials tell us they're really worried about what's going to come next. The FBI Agents Association, which represents agents' rights, has condemned these firings as illegal and unjustified. And I think we're going to see a lot of these individuals sue the FBI and Patel for their firings. And many sources we speak to expect that a lot of these people are going to get their jobs back, and it's going to cost taxpayers a lot of money to compensate them for what's happened to them here.
Okay.
In the last 2 days,
So let's continue with the news about Kash Patel.
Senator, responsibility for what you have said. Sir, you're
Your
making
time
a mockery
is
of this
over.
committee. Sir, you don't tell me my time is over.
You
The
know how
people
far
of New
we've
Jersey
come
tell me
since
what my
you
time is. You can't lecture me.
You can tell me my time's over.
Okay, I got to tell you who's going back and forth. Right now, Kash Patel is with Congress, and he's going back and forth. And I'm wondering if the firing was to distract and delay, because they don't want a lot of stuff looked into.
You may be the charge of the
I'm not
FBI,
going
but
anywhere.
I am not afraid of you.
Mr. Chairman.
Not afraid of you.
Like the video, fair
Senator
use.
Cory Booker told FBI Director Kash Patel something no senator has said before. I don't think you're going to be around long. Trump will cut you loose. This may be your last oversight hearing. Booker accused Patel of lying under oath, of political purges, of making the country weaker and less safe. He brought up Brian Driscoll, Medal of Valor, 20...
And I'm going to play this one just so you guys know that Kash, he may smile in people's faces like things are okay, but he's being looked at in a lot of areas and a lot of concerns, and there's been a lot of delays. So I'm going to play this one, and then we'll finish with the news.
Name was the first time you saw Donald Trump's name was in the Epstein files. Did you close the files or keep reading?
I have reviewed not the entirety of the files, so
You haven't reviewed all of the Epstein files?
personally, no.
You're the director of the FBI. This is
First off, don't be rude in my comments. Don't nobody have no TDS. Are you crazy? You go on your page and talk your ish. Don't start with me first thing in the morning. This is the news. If these people weren't doing X, Y, and Z, this wouldn't be happening. I'm going to be kind. Thank you. This is crazy. This is the news. Thanks for being here, everyone. Thanks for being here. Good morning. Good morning. See, people don't like for you to report the news. They want to distract. Go on your page and talk about whatever you want to talk about.
Saw Donald Trump's name was in the Epstein files. Did you close the files or keep reading?
I have reviewed not the entirety of the files, so
You haven't reviewed all of the Epstein files?
personally, no.
You're the director of the FBI. This is the largest section. The first time you saw Donald Trump's name was in.
First off, we're doing hot topics and trending topics. If you don't like what I'm talking about, you can go on and talk your ish. We're talking hot topics, trending topics. If it's on top of my page, then I'm gonna talk about it, and then we're gonna get into more topics. Thanks for being here.
The first time you saw Donald Trump's name was in the Epstein files. Did you close the files or keep reading?
I have reviewed not the entirety of the files, so
You haven't reviewed all of the Epstein files?
personally, no.
You're the director of the FBI. This is the largest sex trafficking case the FBI has ever been a part of. Buck stops at the top, and your testimony today is you have not reviewed all the files.
What I've been doing is been busy providing the safest country this country has seen in modern U.S. history in historic speed, because the men and women of the FBI are given the resources to reduce the homicide rate, to reduce the drug trafficking rate, to reduce the amount of children that are being trafficked in the
Good morning,
It sounds
good
like those
morning.
children being trafficked. I
Record high.
appreciate the director reviewing the files. You said you don't know the number of times Trump's name appears in the files, so it could at least be 1,000 times. Is that right?
The number is a total misleading factor. We have not
the
released
number at least
anyone's
be 1,000
name
times.
we have not released anyone's
Could it
name in the
at least
Epstein
be 1,000
files that
times?
has not been credible.
Director, could it at
We have
least be 1,000
released
times?
every piece of legally permissible information.
Okay,
You can
so-
characterize the numbers however you want it.
You're claiming my time, Director. It sounds like if you don't know the number, it could at least be 1,000 times. Which
It's not.
would be,
It's not.
is it at least 500 times?
No.
Is it at least 100 times?
No.
Then what's the number?
I don't know the number, but it's not that.
Do you think it might be your job to know the number?
My job is to provide for the safety and security of this country. My job is not to engage in political
And that
innuendo
includes protecting
so you can go
sexual
out to the
assault
sticks and get your 20-second hit in your fundraising
reclaiming my
article.
time,
You
Director.
keep going, reclaiming your time, because the
Director,
people of California
If
are being
Trump- if the
underserved by
president-
your
if the
representation.
president is not implicated, why not release everything that involves
We
him?
have released everything, the president and anyone else's side, that is credible and lawfully be able to be released.
Remembering your oath to tell the truth, did you ever tell Donald Trump his name is in the files?
I have never spoken to President Trump about the Epstein files.
Did you ever tell the attorney Trump's name is in the Epstein files?
The Attorney General and I have had numerous discussions about the entirety of the Epstein files and the reviews conducted by our team.
Did you tell the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name is in the Epstein files?
And we have released where President Trump's
Did you,
name is in
it's
the
a simple
attorney's
question.
file.
Did you tell the Attorney General that the president's name is in the Epstein files?
During many conversations that the Attorney General and I have had on the matter of Epstein, we have reviewed.
The question is,
painstakingly who
did you
can
tell
be-
the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name is in the Epstein files? Yes or no?
Why don't you try spelling it out?
Yes
You're
or
gonna mock-
no,
Use
Director?
the alphabet.
Yes or no?
No? A, B, C,
Director,
D, E, F?
it sounds like you don't want to tell us. Did you tell the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name was in the Epstein files?
Why don't you try serving your
Director,
constituency
did
by
you tell the
focusing on
Attorney
reducing
General
violent
that Donald
crime in this
Trump's name-
country and the number of pedophiles that are
Director,
illegally
reclaiming
harbored
my time,
in sanctuary cities in California?
For the first time you saw Donald Trump's name was in the Epstein files.
So he's been going back and forth with people.
Years of FBI service, fired by Patel citing presidential authority. He asked about grand jury testimony. Patel refused to answer. He asked about FBI agents diverted to immigration. Patel deflected. Booker listed the failures. Epstein files withheld. Task forces disbanded. 14 years to fill vacancies. The country more vulnerable. And then Patel tried to respond. Booker cut him off. Both men raised their voices. The chairman banged his gavel. And Booker shouted the words that went viral. I am not afraid of you. Watch what happens when a constitutional law professor confronts an FBI director who refuses to answer questions. Let me tell you who Cory Booker is. He's a Democratic senator senator from New Jersey. Before the Senate, he was mayor of Newark for 7 years. He's a former constitutional law professor at Rutgers. He's known for direct confrontations during hearings. He asks questions and expects answers. He doesn't back down. According to CNN and PBS, this hearing took place as Patel faced mounting criticism. Criticism over the Charlie Kirk assassination investigation, over the handling of Epstein files, over widespread firings of FBI officials. A lawsuit filed by 3 senior FBI agents alleges Patel carried out politically motivated terminations. The lawsuit claims Patel acknowledged the firings were likely illegal. Booker had read the lawsuit. He had read Patel's confirmation hearing testimony. He had statistics.
First of all, it is not an AI voice. Second of all, be kind in the comments. Good morning, everyone. Let's continue. Fair use, reaction clip. This is the news. How is her voice AI? Let's continue. Let's continue. Don't be disrespectful in my comments. Go on your own page and do your stuff. Let's continue.
From the Cato Institute, and he was ready to use all of it. Booker started with a question about the Mar-a-Lago classified documents case. Did you testify before the grand jury that President Trump had declassified the documents at issue in the Mar-a-Lago classified documents case? Is that correct? It's a straightforward question. Did Patel testify that Trump declassified the documents? Yes or no? Patel's answer was revealing. I don't have the grand jury transcript. That's why I released it. Whatever it says is the best evidence. Wait, he released it? Booker immediately caught the problem. You said to Senator Whitehouse that your grand jury testimony was publicly released. It has not been. In fact, in July, a court denied a news outlet's bid to get that transcript. Patel had lied. He claimed he released the transcript. He didn't. The court denied the release. But here's the thing. Patel doesn't need the transcript to answer the question, Booker explained. But the court said quite clearly that you are free to discuss your grand jury testimony. So I ask you again, did you testify before the grand jury that President Trump declassified the documents at issue in the Mar-a-Lago classified document case? Patel still wouldn't answer, and that is why I took your invitation to work with the department in the court to have that transcript released. And the transcript is the best evidence of what I said. He's deflecting. Booker is asking what Patel said. Patel is transcripts. Booker pushed harder. You and I both understand the law. Under Rule 6 of the Federal Rules of Procedure, a grand jury witness in this case, you is not barred from sharing their grand jury testimony. This is an oversight hearing. This is germane to your integrity and credibility. That's the key point. Patel can legally discuss his own grand jury testimony. There's no legal barrier. Rule 6 of the Federal Rules of Criminal Procedure allows it. Booker continued. You know right now whether or not you testified that President Trump declassified the documents at issue in the Mar-a-Lago classified documents case. Why are you refusing to answer that simple yes or no question right now?
Did you experience inappropriate behavior from
Like the video, fair use reaction clip. Come on in, like the video. Don't forget to hit subscribe. We're trying to hit 50K by this month. Thanks for being here.
Because the premise of your question is inaccurate. There is no premise. It's a factual question. Did you testify that Trump declassified the documents? Yes or no? Booker was frustrated. There is no premise to my question, but trying to get to an order of what is truth or not. How do you know what was asked in the grand jury if you weren't there? And then Booker called it out. Mr. Patel, this is a mockery you're making of this hearing and simple question. A mockery. The FBI director refusing to answer a simple yes or no question about his own testimony. Booker moved to his next point. Political retribution. Mr. Patel, during your nomination hearing, you promised that, quote, all FBI employees will be protected against political retribution. When I asked you, are you aware of any plan?
Good morning. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's coming from the Patel today.
Or discussions to punish in any way, including termination, FBI agents or personnel associated with the Trump administration. You explicitly said under oath that you were not aware of any plans to punish FBI agents associated with criminal investigations of Donald Trump. I don't believe you were truthful. That's a serious accusation. Booker is saying Patel lied under oath during his confirmation hearing. And then Booker brought up Brian Driscoll. According to PBS and NPR,
For the like button, for some people, all you have to do is double tap the screen to hit the like button. For some people, the like is below the video. If it's not below the video, there's an X button. It's not going to X you out of the video. It's just going to take you to the other page where you'll see the like button below the video. I don't know why YouTube has it that way, but as you're in here, you're in the comments. You'll see comments before you'll see the like. But YouTube makes it easy. If you're watching from a phone or a tablet, all you have to do is double tap the screen.
Driscoll is a former acting FBI director. 20 years of distinguished service to the FBI. Special agent in charge of FBI's Newark field office, where he operated with distinction. Medal of Valor winner, Shield of Bravery awards. He's a patriot. Led the FBI's hostage rescue team. Booker laid it out. You terminated Driscoll via a letter dated October 8th. And in that letter, you said that you were firing him pursuant to Article 2 of the Constitution. Well, you're not the President of the United States. And so I'm wondering under what authority you were allowed to terminate him. Article 2 of the Constitution. That's the article that grants power to the President. Patel is not the President. He's the FBI director. So why is he claiming presidential authority to fire someone? Patel's response at the hearing, that matter is under litigation and I'm not able to discuss it. He won't discuss it, but the lawsuit discusses it. According to CNN and NBC News, a lawsuit filed by Driscoll and 2 other senior FBI officials alleges Patel carried out politically motivated terminations. The lawsuit quotes Patel directly. According to the complaint, Patel told Driscoll that he knew the firings were likely illegal, but was powerless to stop them because the White House and the Justice Department were determined to remove all agents who helped investigate President Trump. Patel allegedly said the FBI tried to put the president in jail, and he hasn't forgotten it. The lawsuit alleges Patel told Driscoll that all FBI employees who they identified who had worked on the cases against President Trump would be removed from their jobs. And according to the lawsuit, Patel told Driscoll he needed to fire agents who worked on cases against Trump in order to keep his own job. To keep his own job. Patel allegedly admitted he was firing people to protect his position. Patel said at his confirmation hearing. Under oath, Patel promised all FBI employees will be protected against political retribution. Booker asked about Stephen Miller's influence. Did you have discussions with Stephen Miller about firing this particular person or about his continuance in the FBI? Patel, not that I recall. Booker pushed. How often do you speak to Stephen Miller? Patel, frequently on our Homeland Security task forces. Booker continued. You frequently talk with Stephen Miller about subject Homeland Security Task Force issues. Correct. Patel tried to narrow it. I frequently talk to Mr. Miller about Homeland Security Task Forces. Booker asked directly. Has Stephen Miller ever given you his opinions on how to run your agency? Patel's response was revealing. Mr. Miller's interagency operations are invaluable to the FBI. That's what we talk about. He didn't say no. Booker summarized it. So you frequently discuss your job and your responsibilities with Stephen Miller and Pam Bondi, I imagine, as well. Patel, absolutely. She's the Attorney General. Stephen Miller, not in the FBI, not in the Department of Justice, senior advisor to the President, and he's discussing FBI operations frequently with the FBI Director. Booker brought up immigration enforcement. According to ICE data, the Cato Institute, which is a conservative think tank, found that 20% of all
No, that's not Senator Booker. This is Senator Booker. When y'all first came in, we showed the picture. Him and Senator Booker was going back and forth. So you guys are kind of delayed a little bit. We already showed that he was talking to Senator Booker and they were going back and forth. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being here. I'll play this clip again after this.
FBI agents have been diverted from their work to assist ICE immigration enforcement. 20%. The Cato Institute is conservative. This isn't a liberal talking point. 1 in 5 FBI agents doing immigration work instead of their mission-critical assignments. Booker asked specific questions. Have there been any FBI agents who invest?
No, you're okay. We're just moving forward with, we played one clip. This is the second clip. And we're just talking news and hot topics in regards to Kash Patel.
Crimes against children that have been assigned
Good morning, everyone. Good morning.
Yes or no. Patel wouldn't give a yes or no answer. The premise of what you say is entirely, Booker tried again. Have there been any FBI agents to investigate foreign domestic terrorist threats reassigned? Patel deflected. You don't get to say America is not safer under this leadership. America is safer because of the work of the FBI. That's not an answer to the question. Booker laid it out clearly. FBI agents who investigate human trafficking have been reassigned to immigration enforcement. You are not denying that. FBI agents who are on the task force that fight against Russian oligarchs have not been reassigned. Public Corruption Squad reassigned. People who defend children reassigned. You're not denying that. Patel didn't deny it. Booker began his closing statement. I believe you have made our country weaker and less safe. I believe that we are more vulnerable to a major event, and I pray to God it doesn't happen.
Wow.
You've gutted the Bureau of Institutional Knowledge and Expertise. You fired or pushed out seasoned FBI officials, many with more than 20 years of experience, and were working on cases that were critical. You've been purging thousands of serious law enforcement officials who spent their careers keeping us safe, only to lower hiring standards. And you admitted it would take 14 years to fill the vacancies at your agency.
Wow.
Many are the result of your purge. 14 years, you've disbanded entire task forces that stop election interference, foreign influence, public corruption. And who benefits from this? Corrupt people, criminals, Vladimir Putin. According to CNN and PBS, Patel posted on social media that a suspect was in custody in the Charlie Kirk assassination when the suspect was still at large. In the words of an ex-FBI official, you are overseeing generational destruction of the nation's premier law enforcement agency. And then Booker said something unprecedented. But here's the thing, Mr. Patel. I think you're not going to be around long. I think this might be your last oversight hearing because as much as you supplicate yourself to the will of Donald Trump and not the Constitution, Trump has shown he is not loyal to people like you. He will cut you loose. I pray for you. I pray you can step up and defend your oath and do a better job defending this country.
Wow.
Patel tried to respond. That rant of false information does not bring this country together. Booker cut him off. Yours? According to Newsweek and CNN, both men raised their voices. Patel shouted, "My God, you want to talk about dividing this country? I follow you on your social media posts that tear this country apart." Booker responded forcefully, "Sir, you don't tell me my time is over. The people of New Jersey tell me what my time is. You can't lecture me." And then Booker raised his voice, loud, clear. "I'm not doing anything. I am not afraid of you." According to multiple news reports, Chairman Chuck Grassley banged his gavel trying to restore order. Booker repeated it, louder, "Not afraid of you." This hearing exposed several things. Patel refused to answer questions about grand jury testimony. According to lawsuits, he fired senior FBI officials and allegedly acknowledged the firings were likely illegal. 20% of FBI agents diverted to immigration. Task forces disbanded. And when Patel tried to respond by attacking Booker's social media, Booker told him, "I am not afraid of you. Subscribe for daily political coverage."
Wow. This Kash Patel situation is worse than I thought. Like the video. Like the video.
Director, the first time you saw Donald Trump's name was in the Epstein files. Did you close the files or keep reading?
I have reviewed not the entirety of the files, so
You haven't reviewed all of the Epstein files?
Crazy.
personally no.
You're the director of the FBI. This is the largest sex trafficking case the FBI has ever been a part of. Buck stops at the top, and your testimony today is you have not reviewed all the files.
What I've been doing is been busy providing the safest country this country has seen in modern U.S. history in historic speed because the men and women of the FBI are given the resources to reduce the homicide rate, to reduce the drug trafficking rate, to reduce the amount of children that are being trafficked and the number of
It sounds like those children being trafficked would appreciate the director reviewing the files. You said you don't know the number of times Trump's name appears in the files, so it could at least be 1,000 times. Is that right?
The number is a total misleading factor. We have not released anyone's name in the Epstein files that has not been credible.
Director, could it
We
at
have
least be 1,000
released
times?
every piece of legally permissible information.
Okay,
You can
so-
characterize the numbers however you want it.
You're claiming my time, Director. It sounds like if you don't know the number, it could at least be 1,000 times. Which
It's not.
must be.
It's not.
Is it at least 500 times?
No.
Is it at least 100 times?
No.
Then what's the number?
I don't know the number, but it's not that.
Do you think it might be your job to know the number?
My job is to provide for the safety and security of this country. My job is not to engage in political
And that
innuendo
includes protecting
so you can go
sexual
out to the
assault
sticks and get your 20-second hit in your fundraising
reclaiming my
article.
time,
And
Director.
keep going, reclaiming your time, because the
Director,
people of California
If
are being
Trump- if the
underserved by
president-
your
if the
representation.
president is not implicated, why not release everything that involves
We have released everything, the president and anyone else's side, that is credible and lawfully be able to be released.
Remembering your oath to tell the truth, did you ever tell Donald Trump his name is in the files?
I have never spoken to President Trump about the Epstein files.
Did you ever tell the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name is in the Epstein files?
The Attorney General and I have had numerous discussions about the entirety of the Epstein files and the reviews conducted by our team.
Did you tell the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name is in the Epstein files?
And we have released where President Trump's
Did you,
name
it's
is in the
a simple
attorney's
question.
file.
Did you tell the Attorney General that the president's name is in the Epstein files?
During many conversations that the Attorney General and I have had on the matter of Epstein, we have reviewed
The question is
painstakingly
simple.
who
Did you
can
tell
be-
the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name is in the Epstein files? Yes or no?
Why don't you try spelling it out? if
Yes
you're gonna
or
mock
no,
me? Use
Director?
the alphabet.
Yes or no?
No? A, B, C,
Director,
D, E, F?
it
Don't
sounds
wanna
like
do
you don't want to tell us. Did you tell the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name was in the Epstein files?
Why don't you try serving your
Director,
constituency
did
by
you tell the
focusing on
Attorney
reducing
General
violent
that Donald
crime in this
Trump's name-
country and the number of pedophiles that
Director,
are legally
reclaim your
harbored
time,
in
Director.
sanctuary cities?
First time you saw Donald Trump's name was in the Epstein files.
So now we see why there's no movement in getting justice. We see other countries trying to do what they need to do. Now we see why there's no movement. Things are being ignored, and FBI agents are being fired. So concerning. To hit the like button, all you have to do is tap the screen. Like the one gentleman said, there's 3 dots in the top right hand corner from my tablet. Top right hand corner, you can hit the like. It'll show the like button. It'll show the share. It'll show, yeah. So all you have to do is double tap the screen and you'll see the 3 buttons on the top if you need to hit like. But yeah, Kash Patel is something else. Let's continue with the news. Fair use reaction clip. Hold on.
That at the top of that page.
Senator, I had nothing to do with the creation of that.
So they're questioning Kash Patel again.
Is that you reposting it was my question.
And that's me at the top.
Like the video, like the video.
Senator Whitehouse walked into that hearing room with a single piece of paper. On it, a direct quote, Kash Patel's own words made publicly about what he planned to do to journalists and government officials he considered enemies. We're going to come after you, whether it's criminally or civilly. Whitehouse turned to Patel and asked him one question. Is that a correct quotation? Patel had 2 choices, deny it or confirm it. He confirmed it. Senator, that's a partial quotation, but it's correct in part, not taken out of context, not misattributed. His words, confirmed under oath, in front of the entire Senate Judiciary Committee. And that was just the beginning, because Whitehouse didn't come with one document. He came with a case, a judge's written ruling, Republican officials on record, an enemies list, and he walked through all of it, one by one, with Patel sitting right there across the table. Watch what happened when a senator arrives fully prepared and the man across from him has nowhere to go. Let me tell you who Sheldon Whitehouse is. He's a Democratic senator from Rhode Island. Before he came to the Senate, he served as the Attorney General of Rhode Island and as a U.S. attorney. He spent years prosecuting cases and building legal arguments in courts. He's not a politician who performs for cameras. He's a lawyer who constructs a case methodically, piece by piece, and when he sits down in a hearing room, he has done the work beforehand. He doesn't arrive with talking points. He arrives with documents, with exact quotes, with dates and names and judicial findings. Kash Patel had never served a single day as an FBI agent before taking the role. He had worked in Trump's first administration, served as a congressional staffer on the House Intelligence Committee, and spent years publicly attacking the very institution he was now running. He had written a book listing his perceived enemies in government. He had appeared on dozens of podcasts. He had made statements, many of them, that his critics had carefully cataloged. The hearing room was packed. Outside in the hallway, supporters had been waiting in line for hours. Inside, Republican senators sat ready to defend their man. Democrats sat quietly and waited their turn. Whitehouse had a plan. He had Patel's exact words pulled from his book and his public appearances. He had the names of Republican officials, Trump's own people who had gone on record against Patel. He had a written ruling from a sitting federal judge about Patel's credibility under oath. He had all of it. And he started, not with Patel, but with January 6th. Whitehouse opened not with an attack, but with a warning. Not about Patel directly, about the political moment they were all living through and what it meant for everything happening in that room. He described January 6th from the inside. Colleagues running through the halls of the Capitol building trying to flee. A Republican colleague shouting that the rioters should be shot. Senators eventually returning to their constitutional duties through corridors that had been cleared by SWAT teams carrying automatic weapons. And then he made a point that was simple but difficult to dismiss. For a long time after that day, not a single senator from either party had called for pardoning the people who stormed the building. A Republican colleague called the idea hard to believe, even absurd. J.D. Vance said the violent rioters should not be pardoned. Jim Jordan said any should be limited strictly to people who had not committed violence. Then Trump pardoned all of them, all 1,500. More than 600 of those individuals had physically attacked Capitol police officers. They were released and put back on the street.
Crazy.
And Whitehouse said something that landed quietly but with weight. Every time you think Trump would never go that far, rethink that. He then brought up a separate pardon that had received far less public attention. A dark web operator who had been sentenced to life in prison for running a legal drug marketplace online, a man accused of soliciting murders for hire. These decisions are not random, Whitehouse said. They are a signal that the rules have changed, that we have entered a strange and dangerous time, and that warning about what this administration was willing to do was the foundation he was building before he said a single word directly about Patel. Then Whitehouse did something that was deliberate and clearly thought through in advance. He didn't cite Democrats. He didn't quote liberal critics or opposition voices. He read into the record what Republicans, the people who had actually worked alongside Patel, had said about him. Former Attorney General Bill Barr, a Trump loyalist and one of the most consequential law enforcement officials in recent Republican history, said that Patel had virtually no experience that would qualify him to serve at the highest level of the world's preeminent law enforcement agency. Barr also said Patel would never be able to command the respect necessary to run the day-to-day operations of the Bureau. That's Bill Barr. Former CIA Director Gina Haspel, another Trump appointee, was reported to have threatened to resign rather than allow Patel to serve under her. John Bolton, Trump's own former national security advisor, said he did not think Patel was qualified for the roles he had been given, and stated plainly that he had been forced to hire him. And then White House quoted Trump's own deputy national security advisor, the person who had been Patel's direct supervisor inside the administration. This person said, and White House read the words carefully, "His ideas are ludicrous. He is absolutely unqualified for this job. He is untrustworthy, and it is an absolute disgrace to even consider an individual of this nature." White House made sure the committee absorbed what had just been put into the record. These were not opposition voices. These were senior Republican officials, Trump administration veterans, people who had sat in rooms with Patel, worked alongside him, supervised him, and watched how he operated. Every single one of them had gone on record against him. White House paused. Then he turned to what Patel had said in his own words. White House read from a direct quote. Patel had made public statements about what he intended to do with journalists and perceived government enemies. The words were specific and unambiguous. "We will go out and find the conspirators, not just in government, but in the media. We're going to come after you, whether it's criminally or civilly." White House turned to Patel and asked him a straight question. "Is that a correct quotation?" Patel answered, "Senator, that's a partial quotation, but it's correct. In part." Correct in part. He did not deny the substance. He confirmed the words were his. White House moved on. He brought up threatening video. White House asked him directly, "Is that you reposting that at the top of that page?" Patel said he had nothing to do with creating it. But when pressed, he confirmed it was him in the video.
Wow.
And he confirmed he had reposted it. Then White House raised a claim Patel had made publicly that FBI agents themselves had been responsible for the violence on January 6th. Beyond a reasonable doubt, Patel had said. The Inspector General of the Department of Justice investigated that specific claim. The conclusion was that it was false. White House stated that plainly and moved on. He then addressed Patel's public calls to impeach federal judges who had ruled against Donald Trump. Patel had described those judges using his own language, political terrorists. Each point was placed on the record in sequence. White House didn't pause to editorialize between them. He stated the fact, gave Patel the opportunity to respond, confirmed what he could, and moved immediately to the next one. The method was deliberate. He wasn't trying to embarrass Patel in a single exchange. He was building a record. The accumulation was the argument. Then White House produced what may have been the sharpest single piece of evidence in his entire statement. It wasn't a quote from a podcast. It wasn't a secondhand account from a colleague. He told the committee that Patel had testified under oath before a Colorado federal judge, presiding over a Trump-related case in which Patel appeared as a witness. That judge reviewed Patel's testimony line by line and committed a finding to writing. The judge concluded that Patel was not a credible witness. The judge's written assessment stated that his testimony was not only illogical, but completely devoid of record. White House read those words deliberately and without commentary. Not a credible witness, illogical, completely devoid of any evidence. That is not a political characterization. That is a federal judge's written finding about sworn testimony delivered in a court of law. White House let it register. Then he said what the entire statement had been building toward. There is an unfathomable difference, he told the committee, between the facade being constructed around this man in this hearing room and what he has actually done and said in the real world when left to his own devices.
Did your teenager develop
Video, like the video, fair use reaction clip. Please hit the subscribe button. Please hit the subscribe button and the like button. We're trying to hit 50K by this month. There's about 228 in the building. Please hit subscribe and thank you. Let's continue.
at risk? And now landmark
Devices. Conduct shows character. 4 words. He said them quietly, and he let them stand on their own. White House closed with something larger than the hearing itself. He didn't end with another quote or another piece of evidence. He reached into history. He said that if you study what has happened in other countries and other political periods, a recognizable pattern emerges in how authoritarian systems operate, specifically in how the people placed in charge of security services tend to behave, and what they are willing to do for whoever holds power. He listed the qualities that tend to define those figures. They are vengeful, they are grandiose, they are intemperate, they are blindly loyal to whoever holds power, and they are servile. They do not push back, they do not draw lines, they do not say no. White House said he was afraid that the documented record of Patel's own public conduct raised exactly those warnings. He was not making a direct accusation. He was laying out a pattern, making the comparison explicit, and asking his colleagues to weigh it seriously before casting their votes. The room was quiet when he finished. Patel sat at the witness table and said nothing. White House yielded his remaining time. When the votes were eventually counted, only 2 Republicans broke with their party. Susan Collins of Maine, and Lisa Murkowski of Alaska. Collins said in a written statement that there is a compelling need for a leader at the FBI who is decidedly apolitical. Murkowski said her reservations came directly from Patel's own prior political activities. Both women were the only Republicans willing to put that on the record. The enemies list Whitehouse had referenced in the hearing, documented in a book Patel authored called Government Gangsters, named roughly 60 individuals he had identified as targets. Whitehouse later estimated that Patel had already taken some form of adverse action against 20 of them. Subscribe for daily political coverage, because the...
If you want to work on bringing this country, it's my time, not yours.
My God.
If you want to talk about
dividing this country,
it is
I
my
follow
time.
you on your social media posts that
It is
tear
my
this country
time
apart.
to address your
Unifying it.
falsehoods.
Oh,
You are an
you can try
embarrassment
all
to
you
the division
want
of this country.
to not take
It is my
responsibility
time.
for what
You
you
had
have
your
said.
time.
Sir, you're...
So let's go to the top, because some of you guys are just now coming in. They're talking about Kash Patel and what he recently did in regards to the firing. Like the video, fair use reaction clip. Like the video as you come in. Thanks for being here, everyone. Good morning. Don't forget, hit the subscribe button, you guys.
A total of 12 employees, both agents and support staff. In the last 2 days,
if you already subscribed, thank you.
Days, Director Kash Patel has fired a total of 12. In the last 2 days, Director Kash Patel has fired a total of 12 employees, both agents and support staff. It comes as he reveals that he has found, he said, FBI employees involved in collecting his phone data and the phone data of campaign manager Susie Wiles, who is now Trump's chief of staff. These kinds of phone records are routinely collected by the FBI, and what we can't verify is whether or not were collected in the case of Patel and Wiles, but Patel says they were collected during investigations of Donald Trump, either for his collection and withholding of classified records at his home in Mar-a-Lago, or the investigation into his efforts to overturn the 2020 election results. It's the FBI to collect these kind of phone toll records. And the reason is that when the FBI is doing an investigation, they often want to know who's calling who, when are these calls being made, how do they verify and confirm other people's accounts of events. Director Patel says these investigations were politically weaponized, efforts to harm Donald Trump, and that they were something that the FBI under President Biden was trying to hide. And he says now he's outing this impropriety. These terminations are really roiling the FBI. The squad that was under attack in these firings has been involved in fighting foreign spying. So if this team is being ripped apart, FBI officials tell us they're really worried about what's going to come next. The FBI Agents Association, which represents agents' rights, has condemned these firings as illegal and unjustified. And I think we're going to see a lot of these individuals sue the FBI and Patel for their firings. And many sources we speak to expect that a lot of these people are going to get their jobs back, and it's going to cost taxpayers a lot of money to compensate them for what's happened to them here.
Yep.
In the last 2 days, Director Kash Patel has fired a total of 12 employees.
Now we're going to get through hot topics, trending topics. We're going to move forward from Kash Patel. It's being reported that Blueface is allegedly having another child, and he's supposed to be having a baby boy. We're going to go through rapid topics, hot topics. This is Trump at Mar-a-Lago. I don't know how long ago this was. This was like 11 hours ago. This is him at Mar-a-Lago. Like the video. Fair use reaction clip. We're just doing rapid topics right now, you guys. It looks as if our boy has lost a lot of weight. He's lost a lot of weight, hasn't he? Trying to think. DJ Khaled. He's lost a lot of weight. Many people have been talking about that. He's talking about going out, working out, He's lost a lot of weight. His son is filming him. He's talking about going to do whatever. And then he's talking about his shoes. But yeah, he's lost a lot of weight. He's lost a lot of weight. I'll play the clip so you guys can hear what he was saying.
Call me Slim Jim. While you out there hugging your pillow, putting slob all over it, I'm on my way to my workout. It's walking golf. I used to do 10,000 steps a day. I stepped it up. It's 15 to 20,000 steps a day. Call me Slim Jim. Alive, show him the toe to head. Show him the sneakers. So get closer. Now get closer. Show him. Okay? And I see that tongue that says victory. Because that's what we on. Now go back up. Go back up, Alam. My son-in-law on the camera. Call me Slim Jim. While you hugging your pillow, putting slob all over it, I'm on my way to I'm on my way to work out. That's right. Look at that. Look at the walk. Look at the walk.
He's lost a lot of weight.
You see it. You see it.
That's a lot of for DJ Khaled. But let's continue. Many people are wondering, is she okay? This is the Osborne girl. Is she okay? She has been losing a lot of weight over the last 1 or 2 years. Kelly Osborne, she's been losing a lot of weight. And many people have talked about people's faces that's been on that weight loss. I can't confirm or deny she's on that weight loss journey program, but she's lost a lot of weight. Well wishes to her. Many people have been talking about her. And remember, the mom had lost. See? What is it with the sinking jaw? What is it with the sinking jaw, y'all? What is it with the sinking jaw? Like the videos, y'all come in. They both have it. And they both lost a lot of weight. Well wishes to them both. Well wishes to them both. My goodness. Hollywood. Let's continue. Fair use reaction clip. The Epstein stuff, y'all can see what it's saying. The Epstein stuff is not easy to cover because this guy was, so much has happened, so much has transpired. That's why there's millions and millions of files. This guy is something else, and it's concerning of how he got away, what he got away with for so long.
The first time you saw Donald Trump's name was in the Epstein
We talked about Kash Patel. We talked about Kash Patel. Right now, I'm covering it. We're doing Hot Topics Turn Mom with him to the carpets. He hasn't really been dating a lot, so congratulations to Michael B. Okay, so it's being reported that Floyd Mayweather is going to be fighting Mike Tyson. Not only is he going to be fighting Mike Tyson this year, he's talking about fighting Pacquiao again in a rematch. Many people are saying Floyd may be having some financial concerns. In regards to people he's been dealing with. Was he too trustworthy with his money? You have to go over, look it up. Floyd's been talked about in regards to his finances, and that may be the reason why he has to go back into the ring. Everyone, protect your finances, protect your profile, protect your money, protect your investments. You can't trust everybody. Whatever he signed off, he should have signed that off to his daughter, not a man that could just up and leave. Whenever you deal with a financial agency, you got to deal with an agency. So that way, if there's an issue with your money, you can sue the agency for taking your money. But if you're dealing with an individual financial company, that might be an issue. So I don't know why he entrusted this individual. Can't confirm or deny, but he's not going to probably talk about it. But many people have been talking about Floyd and his finances and the people he trusted. So well wishes to Floyd. Get it together, brother.
States and its partners have launched Operation. Over the past 36 hours, the United States and its partners have launched Operation Epic Fury, one of the largest, most complex, most overwhelming military offensives the world has ever seen. Nobody's seen anything like it. We have hit hundreds of targets in Iran, including Revolutionary Guard facilities, Iranian air defense systems. Just now was announced that we knocked out 9 ships plus their naval building, all in a matter of literally minutes. Iran's formerly supreme leader, Ayatollah Khamenei, is dead. This wretched and vile man had the blood of hundreds and even thousands of Americans on his hands and was responsible for the slaughter of countless thousands of innocent people all across many countries. Last night, all over Iran, the voices of the Iranian people could be heard cheering and celebrating in the streets when his death was announced. The entire military command is gone as well, and many of them want to surrender into saving their lives. They want immunity. They're calling by the thousands. Combat operations continue at this time in full force, and they will continue until all of our objectives are achieved. We have very strong objectives. They could have done something 2 weeks ago, but they just couldn't get there. Earlier today, CENTCOM shared the news that 3 U.S. military service members have been killed in action. As one nation, we grieve for the true American patriots who have made the ultimate sacrifice for our nation, even as we continue the righteous mission for which they gave their lives. We pray for the full recovery of the wounded and send our immense love and eternal gratitude to the families of the fallen. And sadly, there will likely be more. Before it ends, that's the way it is. Likely be more, but we'll do everything possible where that won't be the case. But America will avenge their deaths and deliver the most punishing blow to the terrorists who have waged war against basically civilization. They have waged war against civilization itself. Our resolve, and likewise that of Israel, has never been stronger. America is now again the richest, most powerful nation in the world by far. But the only reason we enjoy the quality of life that we do and the freedom and security is we have done things that others are unable to do. But it's because of warriors who are willing to lay down their lives to do battle with our enemies. And they do battle better than anybody. An Iranian regime armed with long-range missiles and nuclear weapons would be a dire threat to every American. We cannot allow a nation that raises terrorist armies to possess such weapons that would allow them to extort the world to their evil will. Not going to let it happen. We're not happening to us, and we're not going to let it happen to others. The United States has the strongest military the world has ever seen. I rebuilt our military in my first term. There's never been a military like we possess. And frankly, there's nobody even close, but we are now using that military for good. We want to have it for good purpose. We're undertaking this massive operation not merely to ensure security for our own time and place, but for our children and their children, just as our ancestors have done for us many, many years ago. This is the duty and the burden of a free people. These actions are right, and they are necessary to ensure that Americans will never have to face a radical, bloodthirsty terrorist regime armed with nuclear and lots of threats. For almost 50 years, these wicked extremists have been attacking the United States while chanting the slogan, "Death to America," or "Death to Israel," or both. They are the world's #1 state sponsor of terror. We are the world's greatest and most powerful nation, so we can do something about what they do. These intolerable threats will not continue any longer. I once again urge the Revolutionary Guard, the Iranian military, police, to lay down your arms and receive full immunity or face certain death. It will be certain death. won't be pretty. I call upon all the radiant patriots who yearn for freedom to seize this moment, to be brave, be bold, be heroic, and take back your country. America is with you. I made a promise to you, and I fulfilled that promise. The rest will be up to you, but we'll be there to help. Thank you. God bless you to our incredible warriors, and God bless the United States of America. Thank you.
Like the video.
Over the past 36 hours,
like the video, fair use reaction clip. Let's go over some Trump news, just some general updates. Oh yeah, hold on. Yep. I had already had one queued up. Like the videos, you guys come in. Like the videos, you guys come in. Thanks for being here. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Please hit the subscribe button. We're trying to hit 50K this month. Please hit subscribe. We probably had about 3,000 people in the building today. Please hit subscribe. If you already hit subscribe, thank you. If you already hit like, thank you. Let's get over 100 likes though, you guys. We should already be at 100 likes. The likes should match the views. Let's continue.
Yeah, this is pretty bad. We're probably looking at...
Like the video as you guys come in. Like the videos, you guys come in. Thanks for being here. Let's continue. Hold on one second.
Over the Epstein files. As you well know, former President Bill Clinton testified before the House Oversight Committee behind closed doors, saying, quote, he had no idea of the crimes that Epstein was committing. Do you have any outstanding questions for President Bill Clinton about his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein, Congressman?
When the transcript comes out, I think people will see that he answered every question. I actually think they'll see that some of the Democrats asked him tougher questions than even the Republicans. And he sat there. He didn't take the fifth. He answered every question fully. And the American people will be able to decide on what they believe. The point, though, is that President Clinton has set a precedent, a new Clinton rule. That means that Donald Trump should do the same, answer the questions. Howard Lutnick should do the same. I'm working with a Republican actually to subpoena Howard Lutnick next week, and I believe he will come before. Every person who went to that island or who corresponded with Epstein about going to his mansion should be called under oath to tell us what they knew.
So you're going to subpoena Howard Lutnick. Do you plan to subpoena President Trump, and do you believe you have the votes to subpoena President Trump to testify before the committee?
Facts.
We have the votes to subpoena Lutnick. We have the votes right now to subpoena President Trump because the Republicans control the House, and I don't think they would vote with us on that. But when Robert Garcia is chair of the Oversight Committee, we will have those votes. And the Clinton rule means that Donald Trump and his family members should testify. By the way, he should do it voluntarily. I mean, he should look at what President Clinton did. He answered every question. Why can't Donald Trump do the same? There's this question of these 3 FBI interviews. There's someone who made allegations against Donald Trump that she was sexually abused as a minor. There's no evidence whether that's true or not, but there were allegations made. One of those witness interviews was released. 3 of them are hidden by the Justice Department. Why are they hidden? When will they be released? These are the types of questions Donald Trump needs to answer.
That right there is why the Republicans...
Hold on, you guys. Let's get the subscribe. Please subscribe. For my numbers, I'm not even close to meeting my quota for today. Please hit the subscribe button. It takes a few seconds and it's free to hit the subscribe button. Please, let's get the likes up as well. Super chats are welcome. There are memberships over there. Super chats are welcome. $2, $5, $10. Please hit the subscribe. That's free. Everyone has to do their part this morning. Thanks for being here. Let's continue. Fair use reaction clip.
collective effort to try and focus our attention on Bill Clinton was probably not the smartest strategy. And let's be clear, this isn't some one-off idea by Ro Khanna. It's actually gaining traction in the Oversight Committee. Here, for example, is Robert Garcia just days ago in the immediate aftermath of Bill Clinton testifying.
I also want to add one other thing which I think is really important. Republicans have now set a new precedent, which is to bring in presidents and former presidents to testify. So we're once again going to make that call that we did yesterday.
Hold on, I'm going to use this to make the volume a little bit louder. Like the videos, you guys come in. Like the videos, you guys come in. I'm going to use this one to make the volume louder.
why the Republicans' collective effort to try and focus our attention on Bill Clinton was probably not the smartest strategy. And let's be clear, this isn't some one-off idea by Ro Khanna. It's actually gaining traction in the Oversight Committee. Here, for example, is Robert Garcia just days ago in the immediate aftermath of Bill Clinton testifying.
I also want to add one other thing which I think is really important. Republicans have now set a new precedent, which is to bring in presidents and former presidents to testify. So we're once again going to make that call that we did yesterday. We are now asking and demanding that President Trump officially come in and testify in front of the Oversight Committee. He appears in the Epstein files next to Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell almost more than anybody else. So it's time for the president to answer questions about why files are missing from the DOJ, why there's been a White House cover-up, and why we continue in that administration to call this investigation a hoax. And finally, I'll review the call that we made yesterday that we are demanding, again, that the press and the public be allowed inside the depositions so that you can hear the answers and the questions directly. And if that's not going to happen, they need to release a full, unedited review of the questions and video within 24 hours of the end of these depositions. That means the Secretary Clinton deposition needs to be released immediately today.
And I want to be clear, Trump knew full well that this was going to happen. Here's what he said when he was asked if he wants to see Bill Clinton testify.
I don't like seeing him deposed, but, they certainly went after me. I don't like this. Look, I like him, and I don't like seeing him deposed.
Quote, I don't like seeing him deposed. Yeah, I wonder why. I wonder why suddenly the Clintons, the embodiment of all things evil as far as Trump is concerned, gets handed a heaping of grace. I wonder if it has something to do with the fact that now the precedent has been established where presidents can be hauled into Congress to testify about Epstein thanks to the Bill Clinton situation. I wonder why that had Trump so bothered, truly one. And yet that never stopped James Comer from establishing this precedent in the first place that would eventually train our attention on Trump because Comer thought he could turn this into the usual D versus R food fight. But here's the problem. Democrats are not in a cult of personality. We're not going to blindly rush to Bill Clinton's defense just because he's a Democrat. Frankly, Bill Clinton should testify. I'm glad he testified. I also happen to think everyone involved should testify. And now, thanks to James Comer, we have precedent that says exactly that. And in fact, Comer was asked about this point. Here's what he had to say.
Secretary Clinton said in her opening statement, if Republicans were serious about investigating Jeffrey Epstein, that he would call President Trump to testify. Why won't you?
Well, President Trump has answered hundreds, if not thousands, of questions from you all about Epstein, and I think he's been very transparent in releasing the documents. We expect hopefully more documents to come in. We're still assessing the 3 million plus documents that we have. We obviously will be moving on to the next phase and bringing more people in for questions. So.
Okay, let's get something straight. Answering questions about Epstein by lying is not transparency, it's just lying. By Comer's logic, answers like these would be sufficient to say that Trump has already answered for all of the Epstein connections in a satisfactory manner.
Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years. You're asking, we have Texas, we have this, we have all of the things. And are people still talking about this guy, this creep? That is unbelievable. Do you want to waste the time and do you feel like answering?
I don't mind answering.
I mean, I can't believe you're asking a question on Epstein at a time like this where we're having some of the greatest success and also tragedy with what happened in Texas. It just seems like a desecration, but you go ahead.
What did Jeffrey Epstein mean in his emails that he said you knew about the girls?
I know nothing about that. They were announced a long time ago. It's really, what did he mean?
The question was, what did it mean when Jeffrey Epstein said you knew about the girls? That's what the lady is saying. Like the video. Please hit subscribe, you guys. Please take 2 seconds to hit the subscribe button. We're trying to hit 50K by this month. We should have already hit it. We have about 3,000 to 5,000 people in a day, if not more. Please take 2 seconds to hit the subscribe button. If you have to hit the exit button and see the subscribe, and please continue to hit the like. We should already be over 100 likes as well.
I spent all the time with Bill Clinton, with the president of Harvard, that is Summers, Larry Summers, whatever his name is, and all of the other people that he spent time with. Jeffrey Epstein and I had a very bad relationship for many years. But he also saw Skype because I was president. So he dictated a couple of memos to him, some give me a break. You're going to find out what did he know with respect to Bill Clinton, with respect to the head of Harvard, with respect to all of those people that he knew, including J.P. Morgan chairs.
Sir, if there's nothing incriminating in the file,
Quiet.
women who are survivors of Epstein's are unhappy with those redactions that came out. Some of them, entire witness interviews are totally blacked out. Do you think that they should be more
transparent? The fact that they thought they released too much. I heard that, and you tell me something else. No, I think it's really time for the country to get onto something else. Really. Now nothing came out about me other than there was a conspiracy against me, literally, by Epstein and other people. But I think it's time now for the country to maybe get onto something else.
What would you say to people
like
who feel they haven't gotten
healthcare,
justice, Mr. President?
something that people care about. Yeah, what do you say?
What would you say to the survivors who feel they have
You are the worst reporter. No wonder CNN has no ratings because of people like you. You know, she's a young woman. I don't think I've ever seen you smile. I've known you for 10 years. I don't think I've ever seen a smile on your face. You know why? You know why you're not smiling? Because you know you're not telling the truth. And you're a very dishonest organization, and they should be ashamed.
Survivors of sexual and mental health care. Planning to publish your book? You could reach.
Like the video, like the video. So lately, within the last 4 to 5 months, he's been kind of rude to reporters for asking questions about the files.
I don't know anything about the Epstein files. You know, I've been fully exonerated. Yeah.
So apparently, those are the, quote, very satisfactory responses from Trump that James Comer was looking for. I could see how a deposition for Trump wouldn't even be necessary since he's already been so transparent, right? In fact, I even took on this issue live on CNN.
President Trump has been the most transparent president on the Epstein files in all presidential. How many Epstein files did Joe Biden release? How many?
There was an ongoing
How many Epstein files did Joe Biden release?
There was an ongoing prosecution
Zero.
in 2022.
How many did Obama release?
Wait. I mean, acknowledge what I just said. There was an ongoing investigation.
First off, I don't like her coming for my boy, Mr. Cohen. So it looks as if he was on CNN. So CNN was coming for our boy, Mr. Cohen. Like the video, like the video. Y'all know I love me some Brian Cohen. So she's trying to stand up for Trump. But you know, Brian don't play. He's very well educated. Let's continue.
Up to 2022, that was appealed, and that appeal ended in 2025 because there was an ongoing prosecution. So let her finish her point.
So President Trump has been transparent about this. He has also been under the inquisition of the press, and everyone else that asked him a question, he has answered and answered and answered. Oval Office, press room, Air Force One, you name it, he's answering questions. How many times has Bill Clinton been asked by the conservative press or even the liberal media hard questions about the Epstein files? Zero.
You say that he's been the most transparent president in history. You've heard his answers. He's come out and said, are you still talking about the Epstein files? When a reporter on Air Force One asked him about the Epstein files, he called her piggy. When Caitlin Collins just a few days ago tried to ask him about the Epstein files, he attacked her and said that she should smile more. This is the transparency that you expect from the president?
The files released are the transparency.
We have 6 million files and 3 million are released. What about the other 3 million? Are you okay with that? Are you okay with 3 million files not being released?
Let's let the process tease out.
We've already learned from Todd Blanchard the process won't be teased out. Somewhere along the lines, Republicans got their marching orders that Donald Trump's desperate deflections away from answering for the Epstein files counts as transparency. Give me a break. So I don't intend to let this issue die.
Deflection and distraction. That's what we'll start talking about. Put it in the comments. Deflection and distraction. Thank you, Joanne, for the super sticker. Thank you for the gifted. Thank you, Joanne, for the gifted. I love hearts. If you know anything about me, I love hearts. I must have been looking down. I didn't even get to see the hearts. Thank you, Joanne, for the gifted. I appreciate you more than you know.
And to that end, I asked right-wing host Katie Pavlich on air on her show whether she supports Trump following the Comer precedent. She didn't take too kindly to it. Given the fact that Trump himself is named in the Epstein files 38,000 times, do you think he should at least testify in the same way that Bill and Hillary Clinton did?
There are multiple people who have testified already in these depositions who have said that the president is not implicated in any kind of crime.
And this is our boy Brian on News Nation. This is our boy Brian on News Nation. He been going in, y'all. Brian is all over right now. Let's continue.
Even today,
wouldn't you want to hear right from the horse's mouth?
I think the president has much bigger issues to deal with, and even today, President Bill Clinton said that he believes the president. We started the show talking about the Epstein files. I think it's interesting that we're now diverting away from the facts on local Democrats letting criminals out of prison who are then going and murdering people at bus stops and on the train on the way home. But I want to get to this.
I think it's a pretty big issue when you have the sitting president of the and frankly, if the president was a Democrat and he was implicated in the biggest sex trafficking ring in the United States in the history of this country,
I think the word implicated is pretty strong, and I think
how would you know? But how would you know if he doesn't testify?
Because you can read.
Oh, you cannot be rude about Brian. You out of here. Brian does great reporting. Let's continue. Fair use reaction clip. Be kind in the comments.
The documents, you can read the emails, and this isn't just about President Trump.
Been released.
Yes, you can. The Epstein thing is a distraction. From what's actually happening from this story that happened just today, where we have an illegal immigrant from West Africa
brought up the idea of a registered sex offender.
Yeah, registered convicted sex offender, not the president who was named in files with no evidence at all of criminal wrongdoing. Those are two very different things. But I want to get back to the news.
Transparency. Why wouldn't you want some transparency?
There's been plenty of transparency, which is why President signed legislation to put out the documents.
Do you support
I think the president has much more important issues.
In front of the...
Look, we're completely off base here talking about Epstein files. I want to ask you this question about what happened in Fairfax County just tonight. We now know.
So look, I've been crystal clear for months now. Anybody who has information about Jeffrey Epstein should testify. That includes Democrats and Republicans. But what's happening here at the hands of these Republicans is not transparency. It's a stunt. They heard Trump's little clarion call to make this a, quote, Democrat problem, and they're following orders. The notion that Hillary Clinton would testify before the guy who was mentioned 38,000 times in the files is a testament to exactly that. The fact that Pam Bondi lied about the files being on her desk is a testament to that. The fact that those right-wing influencers waved around their fake binders is a testament to that. The fact that Ghislaine Maxwell was moved to a low-security prison is a testament to that. The fact that it's been more than 2 months after the files were supposed to be released in full and 3 million files still haven't been released is a testament to that. It could not be more obvious that the U.S. government under Donald Trump is engaged in a cover-up to protect a pedophile ring. And while all of these Republicans parade themselves around like these champions for transparency, the reality is that they could have actual transparency if they wanted it. But they'd rather stay in Trump's good graces than expose him for what he truly is.
Man, when some of these people get out of office, it's going to be a concern. So some of these people may think they're safe now, but when the next person get into office, baby, let's continue. Let's see what other news and hot topics are we talking about. So we've been covering him talking about Nancy, and he made a comment in regards to, I'm going to play it because
I know I said I was done with talking about Nancy Ramsey, but I just have one more good rant left in me, and that's people that keep coming into my comments and saying that this is about the Epstein files. It is the stupidest thing I've heard. Okay, this has nothing to do with the Epstein files, and I'm going to tell you why. Okay, because if Trump does not have Nancy Guthrie in a bunker, and if he was going to snatch up somebody's grandma, he would take like the Kardashian grandma, he would take MJ, he would take Kris Jenner's mother, he wouldn't take Savannah Guthrie's mother, who nobody even heard her from Tucson, Arizona. Okay, that's the reality. And you know why this isn't about the Epstein files and a deflection to keep us from talking about the Epstein files? Because I can't stop fucking hearing about the Epstein files. That's all anybody talks about. That's all over TikTok. It's all over, and you keep commenting it in my comments. So clearly, if it was a deflection, it's not working. If it's a failed psyop, okay? But I'm going to tell you why you're not hearing about it more than what you want to, or why people aren't interested in it. Because the reality is the Epstein files are dark. They're unsettling. It is really, I know, because I tried to go into them and I was like, ugh, I could not stomach it, okay? And that's the reality, is most people, most Americans right now, their priority is putting food on the table, right? They're trying to feed their families. They're trying to just get to their, 9 to 5 and then come home and have a beer and watch The Masked Singer. That's the reality. People don't want to go to all of these. And also, they don't want to ruin their own celebrities. They don't want to know that Beyonce's eating babies to stay young. Like, it's too heavy. There's too much shit going on in the world.
Allegedly. I can't confirm or deny if these celebrities are eating things that they shouldn't be eating. Let's continue. So if y'all want to go on his page and listen to the rest of it, you can. We talked about him. He's talked about Nancy recovery, what's been going on day to day. He's been giving updates on what happened to Nancy. So his statements are not the statements of Let's Talk About It Media 21. I did want to cover how some people are saying, because when y'all realize when they got released, the time frame, when she went missing, the time, Savannah conversations with Donald Trump was concerning. Savannah interviewing the victims. So many people are trying to make the correlation in regards to, I can't confirm or deny here nor there, a lot's going on. For us YouTubers, bloggers, and podcasts, there's a lot going on. And we try and cover whatever we can, but there's just a lot going on. Krishan looks like she's on her way to church. She's trying to change her life. She's trying to stay out of media and the drama part of it. She looks cute. She looks at peace. She looks cute. She looks at peace. So congratulations to Krishan for staying out of the media like she was. Let's continue. Fair use reaction clip. Right now, we're just doing hot topics, trending topics. I am ready to get into this. Yes. Let's get into it.
You need to have 7, Sandra taught early on in my life, you need to have 7 streams of income. And I do. So please worry about your finances and why you need to keep your Verizon bill on or your T-Mobile bills on so you can taught early on in my life, you need to have 7 streams of income.
Let's continue.
Conjure up a whole bunch of hate and fake AI images of myself like I'm in jail or anything else like that. You guys need to cut it out. Like you need to find God. And you need to find some happiness in your life, or you need to find some I'll let y'all. Yeah, so clock that clock that tea. So conjure up a whole bunch of hate and fake AI.
Next clip. Oh, hold on.
Conjure up a whole bunch
Next
of hate and taught early on in my life, you need to have 7, conjure up a whole bunch of hate and fake AI images of myself like I'm in jail or anything else like that. You guys need to cut it out. Like you need to find God, and you need to find some happiness in your life, or you need to find some I'll let y'all. Yeah, so
let me go back.
I always find a way to make everything work in my favor. Money, I'm good. Money is always going to find a way to matriculate around me. So that's just how I've been my entire life. I'm a self-made millionaire. I do not need to rely on one paycheck. I always find a way to make everything work in my favor. Money, I'm good. Money is always going to taught early on in my life. You need to have 7 streams of income, and I do. So please worry about your finances and why you need to keep your Verizon bill on or your T-Mobile bills on so you can taught early on in my life. You need to have 7, conjure up a whole bunch of hate and fake AI images of myself like I'm in jail or anything else like that. You guys need to cut it out. Like you need to find God, and you need to find some happiness in your life, or you need to find some I'll let
so
y'all.
It was clip 2.
I say mine because I'm just going to speak to me right now. Obsessed with a Black woman's demise or downfall. I'm okay.
It's disgusting.
I'm okay, and I'm going to always be okay. I say mine because I'm just going to speak to me right now. Obsessed with a...
Yeah, because there's certain people that are so, I'm going to say it, they're so obsessed with her downfall or trying to have her have a downfall. Once a month, they have to talk about her. They were going to her spa, looking in the windows, trying to make appointments. Certain people are weird. I'm going to just say it. I covered a little bit of this. The Real Housewives of Atlanta, some of those women love to trend and they love to go viral. The Real Housewives of Atlanta is because they weren't making those women look in a good light. A lot of those women at the Real Housewives of Atlanta, marriages had broke up. Concerns in regards to the family. They were having problems in regards to police records. She is not, this is the one thing though, it's a concern. When she was on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, she chose to do something she shouldn't have did though. She was above that. And allegedly, there might have been things that she showed on the show, and people were aghast of what she was showing and what she did in her last scene. This is the biggest thing. You got to be smart. Sometimes these Real Housewives of Atlanta women will do certain things for click views and to trend and go viral. Her last scene with the Real Housewives of Atlanta, very concerning. If she has financial concerns with her spa and whether she and the man made a agreement or whether if she built out the space, that will take off certain amount for her rent. It's concerning of what the housewives do. Look at it. Nene leaks trending about being with that guy. Portia Williams married, dating a guy, Simon. Now they're going through divorce. Kenya Moore in regards to what was happening on the show and what's going on with her spa. Kim Zolciak, her concerns with the statements she's made. Shall I go on? Kandi and Todd going through divorce. Kandi and Todd's decisions. Kandi and what she sells on her websites. Come on. A lot of these women, and people cover the show. I don't cover the housewives because they're not binding and making families strong. These women, Bravo love I've said this before. Bravo love, if you have a police record, you can't get along with women, you have a bad attitude, you got problems with the popos, and Bravo love if you're going through a divorce. Why would women sign up for that? But they have. But they have. And there are people that's covering the show week in, day out. They cover the housewives. And families are being broke up. And finances. And they're overspending. They're not, it's not healthy. It's not healthy. So I get why Kenya's speaking out. And she had said that she was going to speak out. But in regards to how she portrayed herself and how a lot of the women portray themselves on that show, you don't look good, sis. A lot of the women don't look good. They go back and forth. They argue. They disrespect each other. They disrespect each other's families, the children, the husband. It's so concerning. So I get why she's speaking out in regards to people constantly making videos about her once a month. I get it. But Kenya was in a position where she should have knew better, did better, and she did. Yeah, let's see. Unhealthy is not good TV.
Fans, crazy haters, crazy bloggers that are obsessed with your, or should I just want to get, that's the ugly side of this business. You have people that are truly evil and obsessed fans, crazy haters, crazy bloggers that are obsessed with your, or should I just want to get, that's the ugly side of this business. I say mine, because I'm just going to speak to me right now. Obsessed with a Black woman's demise or downfall. I'm okay.
It's disgusting.
I'm okay, and I'm going to always be okay. I say mine, because I'm just going to speak to me. I just want to get...
And that's the one thing. Healthy is not good TV. I don't care about that. You want healthy situations in front of you. If you're in tune with that, that's a concern. If you like it, that's on you. Some people like ratchet. I don't care for ratchet. I prefer marriages to be happy and healthy. A lot of people say, well, you go on the show, you know that person's going to be ready for a divorce soon. They say that. They put the women in not favorable situations. Look at Potomac, how so many of those women either gone to jail, might be going to jail, or have broken the law. Pay attention, you guys. What they do and how they portray these women, all the shows of the housewives are concerning. All of them. I'd say with regards to Real Housewives of Atlanta, it got so ratchet, it was hard to even, it was even hard to watch clips. Some of the reality show, period, hard to watch. The Kardashians are no better. They're in unhealthy relationships. The mom can be in a whole relationship, but those girls are expected to date. Those Kardashian women are expected to date. Look how many people Kim have dated. Look at the Kanye situation. Look at how many people Khloe has dated. Look at how many people Kylie has dated. Look at how many people Kendall has dated. My goodness. My goodness. The men, Kanye concerning, Lamar Odom concerning, Travis Scott concerning, Scott Disick concerning, the housewives, Kenya, what she got going on concerning, what Candy got going on concerning, what Eva had going on concerning, what Nene had going on concerning. I could continue. What Kim had said concerning, what Andy had said in regards to race and cultures concerning. So let's continue. Fair use reaction clip. So congratulations to Michael B. Jordan. He is doing his thing. And he is being celebrated, which is an amazing thing. He didn't expect to win, so that's why he got the look that he got. I would love to play the clip, but I can't. So go over to the Shade Room. I did watch two clips regarding Michael B. Jordan before I went live. So congratulations to Michael B. Congratulations, Michael B. You doing the doggone thing. And you stand out of that Hollywood drama, conflict, and issues. He is doing the doggone thing the way he wants, how he wants. And he takes his mother on the red carpet. Congratulations to Michael B. Jordan. There are some great Black men out there doing the doggone thing. And they are serving their community. They are protecting their peace. And they're doing what they love and not falling for the Hollywood stuff. So congratulations to him. Yes. And he talked about how him and his mom sometimes didn't have gas to get to where they were going, and they were having a hard time finding parking spaces. My goodness. Michael B doing the doggone thing. So, might do a few shorts regarding him. I might be able to do the shorts playing the clip for my shorts, but I can't do it here because I don't want to get flagged. So, congratulations. I had said I wanted to do that. So, good news, maybe, for Zendaya, I can't confirm or deny if her and her boo are now married. I can't confirm or deny that. But why would he talk about it and not Zendaya? So, I don't know how Zendaya's going to feel. I can't confirm or deny she's married. But yeah, let's see. Cardi B brought out her daughter on stage. Many people are talking about the outfit for the daughter, but we get it. Child, she could do whatever she want. Just wanted to show that briefly. So cute. Tiana Taylor's daughter is helping her with her mom's dress. We know Tiana Taylor recently went through a divorce 3 years ago. She was dating that one actor. They're now not together, so she's bringing her daughter onto the carpet with her. But Tiana Taylor's been doing extremely well as well. So congratulations to her. That doesn't sound nice. I don't know what you're talking about. That doesn't sound nice. So, yeah. So congratulations to Tiana Taylor. Look at her daughter helping her. That's too cute. Too cute. Too cute. Too cute. Too cute. Well wishes to Tiana Taylor. I can't confirm or deny that either. I can't confirm or deny that. So congratulations to Tiana Taylor. She's been working extremely hard on her career for the last 8 to 10 years. She really has. So she's a mom of two, I believe. She has a daughter and a son. So she's been through a lot. So like the video, like the video. Fair use. Oh, this was interesting.
Russia. By the way, to see Trump give the State of Union, Russia. Is he still talking? I don't know. But folks, it's unbelievable. The guy talks for almost 2 hours, but never mentions the anniversary of Putin invading Ukraine. Never once.
So that was Biden. Bless his heart. He's gotten older. Whew. Man. If we could have Biden from 20 years ago, Biden from 15 years ago, Biden from even 10 years ago, we understand as they get older, it's harder for them to speak well, be knowledgeable about what's going on. I saw a video yesterday that they were trying to say, I'm not even going to go into that. Well wishes to Biden. That's why there should be somewhat of an age gap, age limit, 35 to 65, period. 35 to 65. So, well wishes to Biden. He's talking about, is he still talking? People talked about the speech. He said I'm gonna play it again. Biden.
By the way, to see Trump give the State of Union, Russia. Is he still talking? I don't know. But folks, it's unbelievable.
So well wishes to Biden. Let me see if there's anything else. Like I said, we were just doing some rapid topics, hot topics. Cam Newton has been trending. I guess there was a sports show he was doing that got canceled. So Cam and his relationships, many people have been talking about Cam. Well wishes to Cam. Cam has been trending. Let me see, is there anything else? Like the videos, y'all come in. This was cute. I'm not gonna play it. But this was cute when Tiana Taylor was doing her interview, and then her daughter starts speaking in regards to she's happy her mom has been winning, but it's kind of sad that other people are not winning like her mom. So a lot of times when these parents take their children on the carpet, they do have to help them with what to say. You could tell that the daughter kind of knew what was going on, and she was kind of like saying certain things. So if you're going to take your daughter on carpet, make sure she has media training as well. The daughter did well, though. The daughter did extremely well. But parents have to be careful taking their children on these carpets, because then Tiana Taylor said it's okay If I win and other people win, it's okay, whatever place you come in. And other people win sometime. She said in front of her daughter, sometimes, baby, you won't even know if mom win or lost because I carry it with grace. Baby, what? Tiana Taylor did really well speaking to her daughter. She even got down to her level and spoke to her in her eyes. That's mothering right there. Like it or not, she's mothering those children. This was interesting, and I'm gonna play it.
Of Israel, yes, it was on behalf of Israel. We're entering a nuclear war, the World War III, because the entire world is going to erupt. And you want to know the people that are cheering it on right now? Their tune is going to drastically change the minute we start draped coffins on the nightly news, on Fox News that brainwashes all the baby boomers, and on CNN that brainwashes all the Democrat baby boomers. And that is exactly how this is going to go down.
Well wishes. You can agree, disagree. I hope you guys have hit subscribe. There's about 264 in the building. Please hit the subscribe button, you guys. I've been live for an hour and 30 minutes. Please take 2 seconds to hit the subscribe button. This month we are trying to hit 50K. This month we're trying to hit 50K. I've probably had about 3,000 people in the building. I hope everyone has subscribed. It takes 2 seconds and it's free. Thank you. It's free to hit the subscribe. Let's get the likes up over 100, please. Let's get the likes over 100, please. And thank you. Please double tap the screen to get the likes up, everyone. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I like Tiana Taylor. Remember back in the day, she would do movies in regards to her dancing. She was in a years ago, long time ago, she was in a video. I'm trying to remember who she did she was in a video dancing. I can't remember if it was Kanye or somebody else, and that was a boost to her career. She's had a few things that boost her career. So, well wishes to Tiana Taylor. So many people are giving Tiana Taylor her flowers, and many people are giving Michael B. Jordan his flowers. Let's continue. Fair use reaction clip. Like the videos that come in. Let me see. She says she wants to get her man proposed. Okay.
Are you still with Ray J? No, I'm not. We're great friends. We're co-parenting. He lives his life, and I live mine. Are you still with Ray J? No, I'm not.
Next clip.
We're great friends. Was Ray a creep on Love Cabin? I never watched Love Cabin. I have no time to watch any shows, and if I did, I would not be watching that. Was Ray a creep on Love Cabin? I never watched Love Cabin.
So, I'm glad I have this picture because I wanted this picture from a few times, and I didn't have it. So, if you did not know, Princess Love and Ray J's been going back and forth. Ray J has been having, I don't know what's going on with Ray J. A lot of us don't know what's going on with Ray J. We're wishing Ray J well. I want to say around Thanksgiving time, him and Princess Love had an issue at the house. The police were called. Just last week, the police was called. Ray J needs to sit down and have several seats. He has a lot going on. He has a lawsuit against the Kardashians in regards to defamation. The Kardashians are suing Ray J. And then Ray J turned around and sued the Kardashians. He has a lot of court stuff going on with Princess Love. He was taken out of his children's lives for a while, and now he's back into his children's lives, which is good because Ray J stating he has health concerns. So we're hoping that Ray J takes care of himself. It's nice to see that they're trying to get along. Hollywood wanting to trend and go viral. It's a lot. Hello, everyone. There's about 206 in the building. Please take 2 seconds to hit the subscribe button. So yeah, there's a lot going on with Ray J. He had even said himself that sometimes he can say certain things and he knows he's going to trend. But that doesn't help you when you're often going to jail. So I hope Ray J gets his life together. I hope he finds peace. He just has a lot going on. We're going to see how it unfolds in regards to his lawsuit with the Kardashians. And a lot of things, the way I look at it, a judge or jury is going to have to decide what Ray J's saying is factual or not. A judge or a jury is going to have to decide that. I can't tell you. But please hit the subscribe button, you guys. please hit the subscribe button. I'm hoping, if you've already hit subscribe, thank you. If you have not yet hit subscribe, press 1. To hit the subscribe is free. To hit the like button is free. So well wishes to Ray J. His I don't know if she's still the girlfriend. A girl that Ray J was dating last week spoke out on concerns that she had with Ray J recently. But he's been trending a lot. He was on stage. People were wondering about his health on stage. So there's just been a lot. But we'll see what happens in regards to the lawsuit, in regards to him and the Kardashians. And then it was about 2 weeks ago, the Kardashians wanted to trend with Ray J, and Ray J's been trending about his health. And then Kim said something about, oh, will I be able to pass the bar? He may have something to do with whether I pass or not. And then Ray J was like, you've been trying to pass the bar. It ain't got nothing to do with me. So Ray J kind of clapped back. And isn't there kind of like a moral clause in regards to her passing the bar? But here nor there, Kim has blamed a lot of people. Kim has blamed Kanye. Then Kim blamed ChatGPT. Then Kim blamed the psychic. Now Kim is trying to blame Ray J for her passing or not passing the bar. So well wishes. Well wishes, well wishes, well wishes. The whole situation with Kim and Ray J, Kim and Kanye, now Kim's trying to date Lewis. Is Lewis ready for it? So, well wishes to Ray J. I hope his health gets better.
We've gotten here. It has.
I hope his health gets better. Let's see. Let me see. I don't know if I want to play that. I guess now Blueface is in the gym trying to do this. I don't know if he's looking to go into boxing like Krishan. I don't know, but I just wanted to show that. Okay, everyone. I guess this is them trying to get into their seats for the award show. I got to be careful what I show. Can't confirm or deny what's going on with Zendaya. Wishing them well. Beautiful couple. Okay, you guys, I've been live for an hour 36 minutes. I hope 136 people have hit subscribe. I hope 136 people have hit subscribe. I've been live for an hour and 36 minutes. So please hit subscribe. Copyright disclaimer: under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarships and research. Fair use is use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. All comments are alleged, in our opinion, and for entertainment purposes only. I thank everyone for being here. I appreciate everyone for being here. I hope you guys have an amazing Monday. I will. I'm ready to get up, have breakfast. Yeah, I appreciate you guys. There's 151 hit subscribe. That'll be an amazing day for me. Like I said, we're trying to hit 50K by this month. We're trying to hit 50K by this month. Thank you for the gifted. Super chats are welcome. We do have memberships over there as well. I can't confirm or deny if Zendaya is or isn't, but this is what the reports are talking about. Thanks. Goodbye. Be blessed.